And so we return. Hello,
Oh,
everybody. Welcome back. My God, it has been 4 months.
it has been four
Whew.
months.
Okay. I know that a lot of people that have actually started to watch these streams probably got started with the Monster Hearts series. We will finish that at some point. I'm sure that we'll have the opportunity or like the want to, but Dethrone the Divine was what we wanted to be our main campaign, and because of some major scheduling issues and interpersonal
Other
stuff,
things.
like various things going on, drama in people's lives, it just didn't happen. So uh, we're just pushing through with it. Um, Bringing it back. Unfortunately, we will have to bring it back one person short, it seems. Um, Doesn't look like Neba's going to be able to continue playing with us, which is totally fine. Like, life happens. Um, so we will. I have devised a way for her character to slip out of the campaign until such time if she is able to rejoin as she rejoins. Um, so speaking of the campaign, um, I know for a fact one of our players remembers everything that happened last session. I want to hear what the other two recall.
Who the fuck remembers everything from last session?
Vern, you
Yeah,
and
I
I
wonder
watched the
who.
VOD today.
I haven't finished, my guy.
Oh,
I
well, all
am
right.
I am at an hour and 33 minutes in.
Well,
I've been trying.
okay, then
From
whoever hasn't watched the VOD,
what
I want you to speak up first.
from what I remember we just finished off of a pretty intense battle, and I remember Ares got smoked, and then we had to do stuff like that, and then a big robot named Jupiter. It was Jupiter, right?
Yeah. It was
uh,
Jupiter.
yeah, I either
Derise used a big mech named Jupiter.
yes.
hmm Yeah, they brought out a big old mech and exploded in nuclear fashion.
Mm.
Yep. Came built in with
And
a
then we
nuclear bomb.
have hmm we had moral dilemmas about what we should have done because the rise, right?
Your eyes, yep.
Yeah, the rise was able to get away.
Because you chose to spare their life.
hmm
Yeah.
That's why the moral dilemmas came up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we decided that this little town, or not this town, this cityscape that we were at wasn't really the best place to be, especially since the building we were in was already lopsided as is. So, and since we were growing in large size, we decided to look for better places, and then we came across Fort Knox.
Mm-hmm. Both Otto and Nasa rediscovered Fort Knox in their travels.
Mm-hmm.
And you also picked up some tidbits of information about the one who weeps and the one who wakes. Do you remember
Mm.
those?
No.
I don't remember the one who wakes yet because I just got to that spot, but the one who weeps, we found out she can't control things that are moving already. But her tears are literally in everything except my clouds because I purposely pulled all her tears out of my
Yeah.
clouds.
One thing that I think I should clarify, because I didn't really think about the way water works back then, is that specifically the one who weeps cannot maneuver her tears when they are in fluid that moves erratically. So, like rivers, for example, she can predict that movement. She understands that movement. She has been, you know, involved in assisting that movement for centuries now. Um,
Hmm.
specifically the fluids that move through bodies, she has a harder time manipulating, at least while she is so far away. If she were closer, perhaps she'd be able to do something more, but like bodily fluids transform and maneuver in tons of different ways based on the diet of the creature, on the specific wounds they experience, the illnesses they experience. There's just too much variation for her to be able to predict and properly change. So yeah, that's the clarification that I should have offered, because I realize now, like, wait, but all water moves to some extent. So I just wanted to find that back.
Okay.
And what happened on your side of last session?
He talked to Eureka about morality of things. Because he thought we should have killed our enemy. She kind of talked him out of it. He went looking for people and another place and ended up finding. So I have to flip my sheet over to figure out how to say this name. Elenia, which is a unicorn who isn't supposed to exist anymore.
Yep.
And got a horse, which he's been looking for
Like
quite
4
some time.
sessions.
Because he hates how he doesn't like flying, so he needs a different way of getting around.
Mhm.
He then, very excitedly brought her back to the base and was really upset that no one else was really excited. And then Nasa had an entire mental breakdown
Meltdown.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did
Whoops.
handle that one off screen because we had some extra time.
Do we
Um,
want to reiterate it on screen, or do we want to just gloss over that?
Up to you guys.
I mean, Otto found her. They had a
Mhm.
small talk. They came back.
Mhm.
And then Thome explained that the unicorn was here because the good that this group is doing. And Nasa basically went, "Oh, thank God." And that
Yeah,
was really it.
she got all sad. She started crying a little, but she like pulled it together and was like, "Yay, we're doing
Mhm.
good." But like in her stoic Nasa fashion.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because she clearly could reclaim her stoic fashion after seeing a unicorn and then dipping
She
out.
can't see.
Seeing as an operative word, not as an action.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I had to make a joke.
So, yeah, there was also one stint that happened before you found the unicorn. You got to understand a little bit more about uh, the way that humanity like has been indoctrinated over the decades. The like resolve they have for spilling their own blood in the name of Sarkuth. Um, and you got to put a stop to it on some small level. You only got to visit a couple of towns over the course of that week, but there was in particular this one man who was going to slit his own throat, that you forcibly stopped and explained why a true god wouldn't ask for that. Just be kind to your fellow man, do the best that you can for humanity, and live on. I believe I said that one was going to become a doctor in the coming years. And let's see, I'm trying to remember. So, actually, just because this is a pivotal piece of information, I would feel like I was cheating if I didn't clarify. So, Otto, what you realized about Eisen specifically is that you basically figured out you have an inkling about his plan, like his plan for all of humanity, and that it has something to do with radioactives. because they had to get that nuclear material from somewhere, and it would be incredibly difficult to mine it with living humans. So the only way they could have done that was with the undead.
Mm.
Uh,
That's right.
and if they had one nuke, why would they stop there? So you expect to be dealing with more nuclear problems in the future. You expect that it may play into some grand scheme that they have going on. I mean, why wouldn't it? Yeah. But you have no idea where they could be mining, and what exactly they are using. You imagine Derize is involved in some fashion, but yeah. So, the unfortunately, while the recap is done, I have yet to eat this evening, and I currently have food waiting for me in the oven. So I'm going to go retrieve that. If the rest of you wouldn't mind just, I don't know, brushing up or clarifying anything while I am off, feel free. I will
we can
return
go over
shortly.
everything that we talked about off screen. So at the end of last episode, Nasa fucked off because she was freaking out because unicorn. Then
Mhm.
Otto showed up in her little storm cloud and was like, "Hey, unicorn said, thing not bad. We do good thing." And Nasa's like, "Oh, okay. I understand completely, and I'm now fine." So we return.
Oh, the unicorn only said that to Nil.
We Thome and the unicorn had that talk when
Mhm.
I got her,
Mhm.
and then when he
Mhm.
came back, he had a whole speech planned, and nothing happened because the moment, and I mean like frame perfect Street Fighter 2 blocking.
Mhm.
Nasa saw unicorn and then phased out of existence. So when
Dipped
she gets
immediately.
back after Otto appeals to her better nature,
Mhm.
when she gets back, she gets the entire speech of like, we need to keep doing what we're doing. This is tangible, physical proof that we're doing good.
Yeah, I remember what it was you were worried about was since the magical creatures were coming back when humanity was at its lowest. And so you were worried that us trying to bring back humanity would mean that we're doing bad because the magical creatures wouldn't be coming back.
Yes.
And then then Otto explained to you like, well, maybe that was that way back then, but we can change that now. Coexist and be better than we were in the past.
Which doesn't seem that hard, to be completely honest.
Exactly.
And
All
then
kind of
Nasa's like, "Yeah, listen, Nasa's fully aware of what they did was not cool. That was not kosher." She's like, "I regret a lot of what happened, but I even more regret that I wasn't able to stop the rest of the Plumerian Pantheon from doing what they're doing now."
Like
Yeah.
you die, you get like sealed away for a while, and everyone fucks off. Everyone ruins everything that you worked for. I don't even know how long
Yeah.
I was in that sword. How dare you fuck everything up?
Motherfucker, I got sealed away too. Did you forget that?
You still had an active hand in this.
Yes, I did.
I was born in 3 months ago.
That's a general. That's the feels like
Damn
aging him up. He was born like like 20 minutes ago.
So fucking yeah, Nasa's like, "Look, the earth cried out, we listened." And I said, "Let's guide them to a better future." And they said, "Nah, fuck those guys. And
We
Nace is
hate
like,
those
wait,
guys.
no, we're taking it way too far. And they're like, no, fuck you. And so they put her at the
Slashes
bottom of
your
the ocean.
eyeballs.
They did steal my eyeballs.
Also,
Well, not
for
steal them. They
warning,
like covered it with stuff.
two warnings, chat. One, this is an 18+ stream. We will make horrible jokes
Yes.
and horrible events will happen in this series. I've seen it. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I
And
did just
two,
discuss nuclear warfare.
exactly.
That's true.
And two, I'm not feeling too hot, so I'm gonna be very quiet. But that's really about it.
Okay. I will be eating on stream. That much should be also be obvious. Apologies if that triggers anybody.
I'm eating ice cream.
Nice. Wish I had that.
No, you don't.
So, right. The current plan, as I understand it, is just get to Fort Knox, right? Get all of your people over there, get set up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty. Yeah.
Remember, we went through a lot of undead, so it could be pretty clear on a clear path towards.
Cloud travel.
Oh, yeah. We open on this session with a crowd of people surrounding the Bastille. Soon to be just another abandoned building after you all leave. For a little while, at the very least. Those people are being shepherded by Rowan. His golden brown shoulders seemingly carrying the weight of their trust as he directs packing and shepherding of the injured. A few seconds of like orders and no, take that over here. We need to sort everything out before we leave. We don't want to be unpacking too long. They could come on us at any second. We see off on the side Marcus stepping forward, carrying what is essentially like a cot. He's got his arms spread out on either end, forming like the branches that the like a bed cot a person would lie in would normally like be tied to. But it's just his arms holding it up, and in this cot you have the lying form of Ares, the god of war. Bandage strapped across his head, still just out cold. You have confirmed that he has a pulse, but it's a weak one and it has been fairly weak for a while. He is beyond out of commission. And Marcus walks up and just kind of hefts him up, being like, "Where do I set this guy down?" Rowan immediately like directs him over to the other injured. Like, "Oh, dude, what do you mean? Why are you asking that?" But the simple fact that he's hefting a god should also say something.
I like that one.
And this is around the time that the rest of you have more or less finished your preparations to leave. What do those preparations look like?
Otto is probably helping like the packing crew and stuff like that. Aiding and fixing carts and things to help carry with ease.
Why don't you go ahead and give me a skill roll for that?
Okay. Well, that's all 9 of my dice, isn't it? Because it's a divine dice too, because it's a skill.
Well, it being skill doesn't add your divine dice. It being part of your domain would, or triggering
it's
on one of your
domain. That's
traits.
right.
Um,
Gotcha. So that wouldn't be.
I don't think. Yeah, this is repairing and maintaining, not creation. So
Yeah, this isn't creation or discovery.
mhm.
Okay. Oops. Mm. Gotcha. So got 4 successes, right? Because a 3 is a success, right? Or is it? It's 654.
Let me see. I think, yeah, 4 is a success. 3 is still a failure.
Gotcha. Cool. So yeah, I got 4 out of 8.
Okay, 4 out of 8.
Yes.
Yeah, that's more than enough for you to make sure that all of the carts you currently have and that were already functioning are still fully maintained. Nothing from the battle caused them enough lasting damage that you couldn't repair.
Mm.
But there were other, vehicles and other things lying around in the city that, under better circumstances, perhaps you would have been able to repair and use. That
Mhm.
in this current rush, you were not able to successfully commandeer. Now, what about Nasa and Thome? What does your preparation look like?
You want to go ahead?
I'm still thinking. So
Um, Nasa, in between like using the wind to lift up really heavy stuff that like requires more heft,
Mm-hmm.
it's up in the sky, slowly gliding around, using the wind to like patrol basically. To keep an eye on what's up ahead and to keep an eye on their surrounding areas so they don't get snuck up on while they're vulnerable like this.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to
Okay.
roll for that at all?
Yeah, go ahead and roll spirit since we already nailed that down as your awareness check.
Okay. Because I'm using magic.
Also, I have a question, Jordan. I don't know if I'm remembering incorrectly or not.
Mhm.
Have I made communication devices between us? Because I feel like I have.
I think you did.
I don't remember.
I feel like I remember. Yeah, no, you did, because during like or I'm just gonna say that you did, because you either did do it and used that for like scouting out, which is how you found Fort
Mhm.
Knox, or you were planning to do it, and then Nasa said, "Why? I can just fly you there," and then you jumped on her cloud, but made a note to make those later. It's later. You've made them.
Cool.
Sweet.
Because I feel like I remember being able to express to them when I was checking out Jupiter what I was seeing.
Yeah. I also kind of remember that, so I think you're right.
Yeah. Oh, so
Cool. I just wanted to know since you're scouting and stuff like that, so you could express to us what you see while we're moving.
yeah, and if I see anything like out of the ordinary, I can say, "Hey, wait, direct this way," or
Mhm.
take a left.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So what is a success? It's 4, 5, and 6 because we have a following of 3 right now, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. So the 3 does not count. So I have 3 successes plus my divine dice makes it 4.
Okay.
So 4 successes and 1 failure.
Mhm.
And the divine dice.
Yeah.
Or one of the successes was a
Yeah,
divine dice.
I'm following you. Hmm.
He's rolling for our doom.
Oh no.
No, those are different dice.
Oh,
Oh thank God.
it was either he
Oh
was
God,
rolling
there's
for our
different
doom,
dice.
or he was playing with chicken nuggets.
Pillar facing fix.
And
This is optional nuns.
okay.
Oh, also chat. We are rolling with physical dice, so you won't. If you're worrying like, oh, I can't see where all the dices are, we're doing it physically.
Yep.
This is like the only game we do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you scout the horizon. Rather than like, yes, you can use the wind to scout out your immediate area, but why stop there? You have literal eyes in the sky. The clouds overhead gaze down with you, and just observing, you don't see any ground troops. You don't see any more risen or any like un uh, 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 unwise humans encroaching upon your location or anything like that. You seem free and clear for the moment.
Alright. I relay that back to my companions. The way ahead is clear for now. Proceed.
Perfect.
Thome, do
What are
you
you doing,
have?
Thome?
Sorry, were you doing something, Otto?
No, I was saying literally the same thing you were. I was saying, what are you doing, Thome?
What you doing, though?
Probably being a little upset that he's not the one who gets to scout with his new fun horse.
Well, you can go.
Mhm.
You can still scout ahead with the horse.
There is really no. It's so much better that you're in the air to do it.
Well, then you can lead from the front with your horse.
Well, I'm gonna help the all the injured and stuff, and like
Then you-
any big supplies that they were like, we can't take this, it's too bulky. He's just gonna pick up.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
What a man.
I threw a
Men.
building once. This is gonna be fine.
Yep.
Man.
So,
I have a 1 in might.
Brother, that's all I have.
sorry.
I have a 1 in might.
Um, we cut from our deities, doing their things as well, and Rowan shepherding the people while Marcus just is a big boy.
Mhm.
To the roof of the Bastille. Rather, like what currently exists as its roof, it's just a shattered remnant of the skyscraper it used to be, with massive like glass pane walls across, and most of which are broken by this point. A bunch of concrete and rebar. Um, Sitting on the edge of one of those broken windows, we see a lithe figure strumming a string instrument somewhere between a lute and a guitar that they made themselves. He made himself. It's something that came to him in a dream. He sings of loss and the determination to step forward. And as he sings, someone else does. a foot steps into our vision from our camera view low to the ground as we watch him from afar. He's not coming back. At least not right now. He glows. Not about whether she comes back. She'll hear it. And she'll know. Know what? You're just talking about inane stuff that doesn't have any natural value. Which is exactly why it matters. It's been 3 days now. I think she knew about the nightmares, the terrors plaguing humanity, the way those supposed gods are taunting us with the fact that they own our very souls after we die. That there is no end for us. She knows how terrified we are. She knows the fight, this fight, is not a physical one. What, so she's battling in our dreams? Fighting away our night terrors? Exactly. Takrios continues singing. As Eula sighs, shakes her head, this brunette with very tan skin from long hours in the hot sun just sighs and says, fine, do your thing, but make sure you're ready to go. We're going to be leaving within 20 minutes. She turns around, grabs a sack full of bits and bobs and gears and stuff, and walks downstairs. We follow her trek back outside to the rest of you. As the throng of people, at this point, close to 4,000 strong, readies to depart. Is there anything anyone would like to address before we move forward?
Not for me.
No.
Nasa, anything?
I think Nesa's. Unless someone was talking to her directly, I don't think she would say anything. She just stays up in the clouds.
Okay.
I mean, she'll come down like every so often to check on things, but that's like the only opportunity to talk to her, and then she's back up again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, preparations complete. And you and your people move off in the direction of Fort Knox. It doesn't take very long at all as you walk through the city of New York or the ruins of New York, for you to see the dense jungle that is the path between you and the fort. This is an obstacle you were aware you would have to deal with at some point, and you are just as aware that whatever you do to these plants, it's likely the one. What did I call it? The one who withers, Virix, will know of it and may make attempts to stop you. These gods know of Fort Knox. They know that it is nigh impenetrable. And they know that letting you get there would be a severe mistake on their part. So, how do you get past the trees?
I didn't think this far. Can we go around it? It's not that easy, is it?
As a reminder, in the decades since humanity... Sorry, let me choose some more.
Mm-hmm. I too have acquired food.
Yeah, in the decades since humanity was essentially wiped from this world, culled from billions to a few 100,000. The Earth has been left to grow, and grow, and grow. Plant life, animal life, it has prospered in the time since, partially due to Virix's influence. There is no around. There is forest and jungle. There are some grasslands eventually, but especially now that New York City has become a haven of yours. Within a few weeks of your arrival, those forests around the city just got denser and more copious.
I know I've made boots that block someone walking through the grass to be noticed.
Were you able to
But
mass produce them?
exactly. That's the issue I have.
Mm-hmm.
How hard would it be to go under?
Well, how strong? Oh, how strong are your clouds? How many people could you take at a time? Just fly over.
I don't know, but that would be a lot longer. But what if we built a drill and went under?
So it depends how far down you go.
Oh shit, yeah,
Um,
that's right.
Too close to the surface, and you would be brushing up against the roots of the trees and the plants. Um,
Mhm.
too far down below, though, and you would encounter heats and gases that humanity is not meant to survive against. You would have to find a very thin middle ground.
All right. Next plan.
And I want to clarify, all of the options you've presented are genuine options you can roll on.
Mm.
I'm just
What if
clarifying on all of them.
can I build a cloud bridge for them to walk over?
Theoretically, it's possible. Even on a successful roll, it will take a long time.
Yeah. I would have to be 100% focused. You guys would have to make sure nothing touches me. What about
Mm.
just shepherding like a group of them at a time, like Salty was suggesting?
You're dealing with 4,000 people.
Fuck. Yeah, that's still a lot.
It might even be faster to build the cloud bridge if that was the route you were going to take.
Mm.
Plus, how are you going to transport any of your supplies? You need the wagons for that.
Yeah, I meant like doing those two. Okay, so theoretically, if I was gonna roll that, it would be spirit again, right?
For the cloud bridge?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That would be spirit. For
I would
Otto's
have to.
digging, that would be skill.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, this isn't my god move, so I can't combine my grace and my spirit. It would have to be. What the fuck is aura for again?
Charisma.
Talking.
Yeah, it's like
Charisma?
charisma.
Why is my aura higher than my spirit? Alright, I'm gonna fix that when I level up.
Hmm.
Weird. Anyways. Thome, you got any bright ideas?
No, and that's a problem.
Uh,
The the issue is, we were too good at our job, and we got too many people to support us.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Our force is so large, any actual oh, we can just do this to get them across kind of plan, is going to be very taxing.
Yeah.
We definitely can't just go through it
Yeah.
unless we had a thing to obscure us or make it so where we're stepping wasn't the only place that was being disturbed.
One
So
success. Two
yeah.
success. Come on. 3 success? Okay.
You actually making your thing?
I'm rolling it. Cloud
Oh,
Bridge, come
okay.
on. 4 successes? Divine dice, please? Pretty please? Come on. I'm too nervous to roll it. What is... Okay, Divine dice, it has to be what number to succeed?
Same as anything else, 4 or above.
4 or above?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 5! That's a 5.
Okay, cool.
All 5 are a success plus the Divine dice. Is
Okay.
that enough?
That is a boost.
Fuck.
Boost is success and success on divine dice.
Yeah. Listen, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Flip is fail and success on divine dice. So that is a boost. But I did tell you it was going to take a long time, even on a success.
Mm-hmm.
Nasa
This is gonna
begins
be
her
rough.
work, coalescing the vapor spread throughout the sky for miles and miles to create a solid enough surface for the entire throng you have to walk upon. It is going to take well over a week for her to finish.
Mm.
Is that something you are all willing to wait for?
I am.
That's a good question. I don't have another plan.
Mm-hmm.
So saying
Oh.
no is to just say no, and I can't
Mm-hmm.
offer another valid thing.
Yeah, for Otto this
So-
week means that I can try and make as many of those boots as possible.
But the problem is, we're now just in the open for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily. You can occupy the Bastille for that remaining week. Plus.
That is fair. We could just not leave yet.
Mm.
In that case, I'm okay with it. But I don't think
Mhm.
we should leave the Bastille until the bridge is ready.
Yeah. Keep our shit packed up and ready to go quickly, but
We also need people to consistently watch the bridge.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yep.
I don't
I'm
sleep.
gonna put-
I can.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
You can come hang out with me.
Mm-hmm.
So, in that case, it's just going to be on Thome to maintain, like, order and general stability while the other two are at work.
Yeah, it is.
So, Otto, go ahead and give me a skill roll to try to mass produce your boots. Thome, you go ahead and give me an aura roll to see how well you keep the people in check.
And this is creation, so I get to use my divine, right?
Yep.
Ooh. Ooh, okay.
Does this fall in line with honor?
I guess so. It's
Awesome.
they're like you're trying to make sure they follow a code of law, which is a code, and honor is all about codes. So yeah, why not?
It's 4, 5, 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
4, 5, and 6 are
Oh.
successes.
Fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes and a succeeded on the divine dice.
Nice. Okay.
I got 5 successes and a success on a divine dice. Well,
Let's go. Let's go, Otto.
Okay.
He probably gives 1 or 2 overwinded speeches because he seems to be partial to those.
All right. You do have to step in to mediate a few grievances. Humans bicker all the damn time.
mm-hmm.
But you are able to keep things very strongly together. In fact, under your watch, a lot of these people were still pretty loyal to Ares. But as you kind of take charge and show them the way you do things, quite a few of them decide they kind of like that better.
Oh, poor Ares.
Nah, he's our homie.
He'd be dead if it wasn't for you guys. Literally, like
Fair enough.
they're not shitting on Ares. They just are like, oh, yeah, you know what? I can see why Ares wanted to pawn us off to this guy.
Oh yeah, he did try to just hand us these people.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, that's what. Sorry.
Hey, good dog.
Yeah, you keep your people in check and guide them in the right direction. You present such a united front that pretty much like universally, even the few people in your crowd that still weren't sure about you are at this point like, I mean, better than bleeding myself.
If I give you guys anything, I'm glad it's at least fucking that.
Yeah. So Otto, yours was 5 successes and a divine?
Yes.
Okay. You're definitely not able to make enough for everyone. That would be unbelievable.
Ridiculous, yeah.
But you're able to produce enough of these boots to outfit your scouts, which amounts to roughly 200 people. This is all like whirring and stuff going on miles and miles below below Nasa as she's coalescing these clouds into her bridge across the tree line. Actually, come to think of it, while you are doing that,
Oh boy.
Camaraderie. That was a term I was thinking of.
Hell yeah.
Hey, that's luck. What? Okay. Nasa, as you continue your work, you are like entirely focused on this task. But even in this state, you are able to recognize that the trees have not stopped growing just because you've been building a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the tree line is extending slowly, but it is extending. The only question is whether you'll be able to make your bridge faster than it will complete a new layer, forcing you to keep going. Give them time to make a new layer, which would force you to keep going. You don't want to end up in a stalemate like this.
Yeah.
At the back of your mind, this is extra motivation to push you forward. I actually, I'm starting to wonder. Hang on, let me take a look. Yeah, I want you to roll aura for me, Nathan.
All right, that is that is what number? That's a 5. What, the divine dice?
No.
Okay.
So
Fine.
you are going to take
4.
1 hit to your resolve. Your resolve goes
That's
down
fine.
by 1.
Okay.
Just because you are fighting to cross a fucking growing tree line.
Jesus Christ, that's bad.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like it's not. I mean, it's not a permanent like decrease or
that's not what I
anything.
meant. You sure I can't use my divine dice?
Positive.
But
It has-
2 successes and 3 failures.
Oh, I thought you had already rolled it. Okay.
Oh, you said for aura.
Yeah, I did. Sorry, I don't know what made me think you had rolled it. So you said 2 successes, 3 failures.
Yeah.
Uh,
My original roll for just building the bridge was all successes plus a
Right.
divine dice.
Yeah, for whatever reason I thought you had rolled within the last few minutes, like last few seconds.
Nope.
So 2 successes.
2 successes.
That case, your resolve is going to take 4 points of damage.
4 damage?
Yeah.
Oh, I am at 2 resolve.
You are like for a week straight working as hard as you possibly can while you are watching the goal that you are trying to reach get further away. That's gonna give you a hit.
Oh yeah, no, she doesn't relent though. She's like, no, I have
Yep.
to do this.
Absolutely. And
God.
after
Nice baby.
consistent pressure, you manage to complete the bridge. It's only going to be up for a couple of hours. Or rather, no, it's going to be up for longer than that, but it will, like, you have a few hours to get everybody on that bridge and moving before
Yes.
you will run out of time and the trees will collapse it before you get to the end.
Oh man.
So I'm gonna keep my focus on it, but I'm going to shout below, Otto, it's ready, go.
Yep.
All right.
Mobilize.
And thankfully, Thome has kept the people together so well, they're ready to go at a moment's notice. He knew that this was likely going to be the day, or at least that the day was coming soon. Once the week timer was over, he had people ready to move on a second's ting. So when he gets that message from Otto, they're off. Yeah. Within probably about 30 minutes, everybody has already reached the bridge. And is on their way crossing over. People occasionally turn to marvel or cower at the fact that they are walking through the fucking sky right now. Nasa, you feel the beating hearts of these people as they stand in your domain. You feel the weight of human lives pressing on this bridge.
I am the one who is.
And Rowan, as he walks by some of these like people just, like marveling or cowering, says, "Do we really have the time for this? Get moving! Go!" Pushes them forward. He knows the strain that is on you right now.
Yeah, she does not drop her concentration. She keeps it on that.
Thanks to Rowan's help, thanks to Thome's help, thanks to the boots that allow your scouts to pass through the tree line underneath that bridge, just to make sure, A, to take some of the weight off of you, obviously, but B, to make sure that nothing is lying in wait down there to shoot you down. You all manage to get through the first barrier to entry to Nox.
First.
The second comes after about a week's worth of travel from this point. Water. You packed plenty of food, and you did pack plenty of drink, but there's only so much that you can carry with you as you are moving through all of this. Now, humans can last for a very long time without food. Very, very long time. Or on very small amounts of food, and you've been rationing that significantly. You need water a lot more, and a lot more quickly, and a lot more frequently. And you just used all of the clouds in the surrounding area to make a bridge.
Fuck!
You no longer have water to rain down on them with. None that isn't polluted. So, the last time you removed Minora's tears from your clouds, you did it by raining. You can't do that right now. You can't do that to a river. There are rivers, there are lakes, there is available drinking water for you to use. But it all has bits of her in it.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
This ability of hers. I have two questions. It's a two-parter.
Yeah.
This ability of hers. Did she have it when she was Minora? When she was part of my pantheon?
When she was part of the Gaian pantheon, she was a small-time goddess of forgiveness and rivers. Now, clearly, she's gotten a lot stronger. She didn't cry the last time you saw her. Like, she could cry for the sins of the people before her and kind of absolve them of it, but it wasn't a constant thing. It was something she had the power to do. Now she is always crying.
Okay. Second question.
Mhm.
Would you say this is an inherently magical ability in nature?
Definitely, but it is a... How do I put this? Minora's tears are a part of her. This is the explanation you get from Nesa. She worked with Minora very closely. They were basically the scouts for the entire pantheon, them and Virix. I
almost considered her a friend once.
Hmm.
Almost.
Minora observed the waterways. Virix observed the land. Nesa observed the sky. Sarkuth and Eisen were the ones most responsible for bringing wrath upon humanity, although, of course, the other three did in their own ways. In Minora's case, she has been crying for millennia. And her tears, unlike those of mortals, are not just chemicals and water. They're part of her. They are tied to her soul. Anything they experience, she experiences. Anything they see or are near, she is aware of. You touch that water, she knows you're there. Not only that, if you drink that water, and she gets close to whoever drank it, she could rend them asunder from the inside. So, if you're thinking about using your sword here, that is an option.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to do it for every single person trying to get a drink.
Yes.
Or you would have to extend its magic to an entire river, which is possible, but it would require a spirit roll.
What if
Oh.
Otto got like some kind of thing that could hold water, and then you took the water out of the river, and then you put your sword in it?
There's an innuendo in there. I'm not going to reach that.
God damn it! I'm sorry. I didn't even think about that. You
You're good.
I mean,
put your sword in
yeah,
it, home.
So I'm putting this
Good.
swords and things.
we could like get like a container, fill the container with the water, and then I could purify it, for lack of a better term.
I'd be more than happy to do that.
The problem is we would need a very large container. We have 4,000 troops.
Mm-hmm. Left a lot, right?
Yeah, I'll have to carry it.
So what I would recommend is that we would move pretty far away from where we are.
Yes, I have a horse.
Yeah, exactly. And I can make a large container. And we can get water, you can purify it, and then we bring it back. And then we can make multiple trips if we have to.
This is probably the best plan. I should say, 'cause I don't know if this will work. I
Well,
don't
that's usually
have
how it
the
goes.
most confidence in my ability to dispel these tears. Nor do I know when I do it, if I will succeed or not. I don't know how I would be able to tell that.
Hmm. Time to make a magic sensor. I don't know how I would do that.
That can sense magic. That'd be really fucking useful.
Mm-hmm.
But like that'd be more of a long-term project than something just quickly make.
Yeah, humanity wasn't able to make anything like that.
But
Then again, for
Otto's
a
not
large portion of their
humanity.
life, they didn't know that magic existed, so.
Admittedly, I am the accommodation of all of humanity's creation, basically. So if they didn't create it, I can't create it unless I have a lot of time.
Yeah, that is kind of the kicker. While Otto can make things very efficiently, and a lot of really crazy shit, it has to be shit that humanity has some idea of how it works. Either
Mm-hmm.
something they've already made, or something they've envisioned through sci-fi or something like that. Like we have theories about how a railgun would work, which is why you were able to make one. We have theories about we have the Large Hadron Collider. We have things that are able to bend space in a sense. But this detecting magic is kind of tricky. Not saying you can't try.
Especially since magic is not really my forte to begin with.
I still think we should try.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely try. It seems like the best option. But we won't be confident, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
As long as the troops know. As long as the troops don't know that we're not confident.
Let's put on a brave
I'd be more
face.
scared if you were completely confident, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
So, mm-hmm. Otto, are you going to be pouring all of your energy into making this container? Or are you going to be sparing some for working on a magic detector?
I will go ahead and do the container.
Full focus on the container?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll skill.
We. Ooh. Okay. Ew. That's not too hot. This is creation, so divine die. Okay. So, I got 4 successes and a success on the divine die. I got a 4.
Okay. And that 4 is counting the divine dice?
Yes.
Okay.
Or no, that 4 is just the regular, and then there's the divine die. So at 5
All right.
including.
Count the divine dice with it.
Okay. So 5.
So 5 with the divine dice. Gotcha. So, well, you're definitely able to make that container. That was a
Mhm.
super easy thing for you to do. You can build freaking. You were able to study a goddamn mech and make plans to build your own later. You know how this shit works.
Mhm.
Wait a goddamn second.
You were even able to make a very thorough filtration system that is able to separate Minora's tears from the rest of the fluid. The reason you're able to do this isn't so much magic as it is chemical composition. You understand that tears contain chemicals besides just H2O. And like it's easy enough to build a system that like roots out the water that contains those extra chemicals and filter out the chemicals themselves. So once you've done that, thumb, you stick your sword in there.
Yeah. It
Okay.
doesn't sound like I really need to anymore, but yeah.
I'd still do
Well,
it. My filtration
gonna.
is more of a backup than anything, honestly.
yeah. Thumb, go ahead and roll spirit.
About that.
I believe in you, King.
This is a very low stat of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Every die hits. It's 3.
3. Okay, not bad. Uh,
Oh my god.
you put your sword in that container and try to channel its magic throughout the water. You're right, you have no idea whether it worked or not, but it's the best you can think to do. Once you have a source of relative drinking water, you take it back to your folks, to the people, and then you do the process again. You're going to have to do this at least once a day, every day, while you're traveling. Well, I guess you could ration it out and only do it once every 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
But humans need a lot of water.
Mhm.
So you have tentatively passed the second barrier, approaching Nox. Now what I need to know is... Yeah.
The
Okay.
devil rises from the ground to stop you.
While Otto's
You mean
making
it,
the
mister?
container, Dome just stands there and like with his hand probably on his horse, looks at her. I'm cool, right? I blinked and he made 5 things. I'm here to put a sword in water.
Blinks and looks at who? The,
My horse.
Elena? Yeah.
Who else am
Um,
I gonna confide in?
she looks back at you, and she looks back at you, whinnies a laugh, and then says, you are the oldest, strongest god known to man. and you are afraid of being shown up by a man in a suit and tie?
This is why I like you, Elena. Thank you.
It's done.
I just imagine Otto screaming, "It lives!"
It's alive! You
I mean,
freaking
it's not
you.
technically
By the way,
alive.
Otto, in case you haven't picked up on this, Eula is your champion. Eula, working on the other side of the container, is like it's just a filter. Alive!
It's done.
You peaked so
Yes.
hard.
The end of my
Oh,
finger
man.
opens up, confetti shoots out.
Yep.
Got
So, you have passed the forests of Irix. You have filtered the tears of Minora. At least you're pretty sure you have. You think you have.
Fucking hope we have.
You find yourselves on the grassy field that approach Fort Knox. You see it off in the distance. Let me pull up my documents here because I have a whole freaking thing for this.
Poor Nasa in the back, still trying to recover her resolve from that fucking thing. Also, how do I recover resolve?
You can heal either health or resolve once every session. I believe it is you roll an amount of d6 is equal to your follower count, so 3d6.
Okay,
And you can divide the resulting roll in its totality between health and resolve.
Okay. Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, here we go. I made sure to look up the statistics of Fort Knox before this session. You approach a rather small fort, actually, especially by Thome standards. Not like it doesn't look nearly as impressive as some of the castles you saw built back in your day. But you hear Otto muttering under his breath, 1,000 miles inland, built to the west of the Appalachian Mountains. Indeed, you see some mountains off to the east. 4,200 cubic yards of concrete, 16,000 cubic feet of granite, 750 tons of reinforced steel, 670 tons of structural steel. 2 separate electric fences with barbed wire and yet another concrete barrier between them. Just listing off, like, just thinking about the technological marvel, the sheer amount of money and time and energy that was put into a single place. And that's just the external bits. Otto, or rather Thome, as a lot of this stuff goes over your head and you ask to explain, Otto says, imagine 1,000 whales crushed together and compacted into a set of 4 walls and a roof.
Well, then I'm glad that's ours.
It's just the beginning. I'm sure to work on it and make it even more impressive.
I look forward to seeing you work then.
In its prime, even we couldn't defeat Fort Knox. And she's going to turn her head to Otto. I can't imagine how impenetrable it will become with your help.
Yeah, as you recall, Nasa, even by the time you had been imprisoned, the Plumerian Pantheon had given up on Fort Knox. They just stopped. There was no getting in. They had managed to move in through the surface level, but the basement, they were just stopped.
No, they would have had to starve them out, basically.
Yeah, that's essentially what they thought they had done. I mean, they, like, as far as you know, I mean, the people who were down there, they either found a way to survive down there or they're dead.
So when we crack it open, we'll find out.
Yeah. But this building is still several miles out. It just happens to have entered your line of sight.
We still have a ways to go. We must proceed.
And in proceeding, Nasa, I think you would be the first to hear something.
Fucking. Alright, I'm gonna use that
It's-
fucking 11 I rolled and add some of that for my fucking resolve, because it's fucking shit.
Mm-hmm. It's small, distant, but you have to check. You
No.
filter out the sounds as you look through your mind's eye, bearing down from above, through one of the few thin, very thin little clouds that are just barely starting to dot the skyline again. And you watch as what you thought was a twig snapping somewhere close by proves to be a tree that has been broken off and thrown in your direction.
Alright then.
What do you do?
I'm going to summon my scythe and cut through it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll Grace.
Alrighty. How many dice is that? That is 7. Alright. 3.
Since you got the
4.
warning through the sky, I'm gonna say you add your divine dice for this.
Sweet. I would hope so, since I'm using my sick ass scythe.
Oh yeah, that too. Anytime you use your
2,
special weapons, that adds a
4,
divine die. I should have added one for
6,
Foam. Forgot about that.
7. Alright. 7 plus my divine dice?
Yes.
Okay, how bad did we fuck up? Alright. That is success. All those are successes.
Wow.
And the divine dice is a 3. I don't remember if that's a
That's a
success or
failure.
not.
But it doesn't matter. The rest managed to cover you.
It makes sense. I'm still kind of tired from
It-
making a massive bridge, so.
Yeah, after a few seconds, Otto, you hear something strange, and Thome, you hear it too. The two of you kind of turn to look in unison as Nasa says, "Give me a second." Turns around, pops up, or rather, Nasa doesn't walk, she floats. Floats up into the air, draws her scythe, and with a flourish, an object that is hurtling towards you from miles away reaches her and
Oh,
is
tiny pieces.
sliced into ribbons.
Hmm.
Little wood chips litter the ground around you. And you all see back in those woods that you left a week ago, maybe 2 weeks by now,
Fuck.
a singular, small figure. You can barely make them out. But what you feel, the intensity of this person's aura, that stretches farther than sight can allow.
It's them.
Not them. Him. Sarkuth Ran is upon you. Now he's several fucking miles off, but he breaks into a sprint immediately. You don't want to know how fast he is. What do you do?
Cry.
Bro.
A terrible plan. When they see him, Thome's first question is, if you had to quantitate his strength, Nisa, what would you say?
Oh, shit. What would she say, Mr. DM? Let's see.
Let's see.
What did you write here for them? This is the one who withers, right?
No, he is the one who writhes.
This is the
This is
fighter
Sarkuth,
guy.
my bad. Wrong
Yep.
one. Okay. God of destruction and suffering struck down the greatest warriors and tacticians of humanity using nothing more than his body. Joy.
So,
Humanoid.
sorry. If there's more that I wrote there, go ahead. But if you need help, just ask.
Yeah, you wrote a paragraph. I'll just say it out loud. Okay.
Yep.
Sarkuth, god of destruction and suffering, he struck down the greatest warriors and tacticians of humanity using nothing more than his body. A slight humanoid vessel possessed of 4 extending razor-sharp appendages that protrude from his back. His strength is immeasurable, his speed incomparable. Even at your full power, you could not best him in a fair fight. That musculature comes at a cost, however. His body constantly betrays him. He bleeds and burns every second that he's alive. He is in constant agony, and he believes it has made him a better person, so he wishes that agony for the rest of the world, especially humanity. They will learn respect, and suffering will be their teacher. Joy. I never beat him.
Never.
Fuck. And I was one of the stronger ones.
Yeah.
They had to gang up to get me.
He was the only member of the Pantheon that was in a physical fight stronger than you. You could never
Joy.
defeat Aizen, but that's because Aizen had more magic.
True.
Sarkuth is just stronger.
So what did
How far is Nox from us?
A
Couple miles, you said?
couple of miles. You walking, you would get there within an hour.
1 hour, huh?
Everybody needs to move, and she's going to spin her scythe.
Nisa,
I'll face him.
you're weakened. I'm the god of battle, after all. I only need to buy you an hour.
Thome, with all due respect. How would she word this? With all due respect, I've never seen them lose a fight, especially not a fair one. If you're going to do that, the 3 of us will have to face them together.
Oh, this isn't a fight to win. I just need to buy time. Besides, if we're counting track records, I think mine's better. Besides, I won't be alone. Taps the horse.
She
Better.
Elena, you lets out a loud whinny of triumph and resolve as she
What was Thome's champion's name?
Marcus.
All right.
Big
She'll
boy.
turn. Then she's going to turn and order Rowan and Marcus to get everybody moving now. While her, Otto, and Thome will turn to the dude.
On that, we all can't go.
Why not?
Because if he's here, if
Shh.
you think of it
Yeah,
tactically,
you're right.
he's over there. We have to deal with him. It's an obstacle we need to touch. Logically, all 3 of us would take him on, and then our army is defenseless. They're trained, and I trust them, but they need one of our hands. Otto is skilled, but Otto is not a combatant.
Nasa
I
is
can filter
perhaps.
them.
Huh? What?
I'll filter them into the base, and then when they're all clear and safe, I'll join you guys if it's still going.
Well,
I'll watch from above.
yes.
I'll make sure nothing else comes running for them. Well, you. Good luck.
He smiles. Don't worry. I have faith in myself.
Someone
Just
has
an
to.
hour.
All right. You send the warning out to your people. It'll actually be less than an hour because they're not going to be walking. They rush off in the direction of Nox.
I
Boom.
want to say that sorry, Nasa's going to be like actively helping them move as well, while Otto is like directing things. Like if someone trips, she flashes to them to help them stand.
Favorable winds and all that.
Okay.
Exactly.
Hmm.
I am the Janna now.
I'll say Nasa roll
Fuck, I
me
made
Grace, Auto roll Aura.
Alrighty. 4. Seven. And Divine Dice, because I'm flashing around.
How does that relate to the sky in Judgment?
Flash up is one of my moves that I got.
Oh, cool. Then yes.
Okay.
3 successes out of 5.
Fuck, oh, these are not good numbers. Oh no, wait.
Yikes.
Okay, let's see. So 4 is a success, but 3 is not, huh?
3 is not,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, that is. Oh my god, there's so many failures.
Oh no. Failures don't take away from successes.
I know, but that's 2 successes. That's it. Out of 7,
Damn.
out of 8 dice.
Rough. Okay.
I used
And
all my power for that fucking tree dog. I'm
And-
still weak.
yeah. And your Divine Dice, was that a failure as well?
It's a 3, yeah.
Okay.
I cry.
And Otto, you said you got 3 successes?
Yes.
Yeah, people are panicking. People are moving as quickly as they possibly can. Nasa, you're doing your best, but there are thousands of people here. You're not able to help all of them. At least not quickly enough for it to make anything easier on Thome. Thome, do you wait for Sarkuth here, or do you ride out to meet him?
Fully like jumping onto his steed, drawing his sword, and just dashing forward on her.
His steed. God.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, why is Thome so fucking cool? He's got a
He's the
horse.
guy
I'm
with the-
jealous.
he's
That's
the
why I
guy
didn't
with
want
the
him to get a
stick
horse.
I own.
That's why I didn't want him to get a horse, is because he'd be too drippy.
Dude, I needed something. I'm a guy with a stick. Leave me alone. It's a really nice stick, though.
It is a really nice stick.
It's a really nice stick and a really nice ride. You ride out to meet Sarkuth Ran, the one who rides, leader of 1,000 pains.
God, that's so cool.
And as you ride out towards him, as he continues sprinting in your direction, you get to see a little bit more of him. He is cloaked in a drab, dark estate. You can barely make out his face. There's like a little bit of his chin with some stubble growing on it. And his eyes. Bright, violet eyes. Eyes that stare into your very being. As he dashes forward, you see something else as well. From under his cloak, on his back, 4 appendages stretch out. Long and needle tipped before they extend out to you. I'm going to need you to make a grace roll to dodge this shit. You are on Elena, so you're going to add your divine dice to that.
Instead, could I jump off her and just swing the sword at all of them?
You wouldn't be able to catch all of them, but sure.
Well, because I want to use, I'm trying to use might instead of grace.
Yeah, you can do that. You will not be able to stop them all if you do that. There are a total of 4. You have 1 sword.
That is fair. My grace is so low, I think this is... No, well, you'll dodge with grace. So
You got a lot of health, right? You'll be fine.
yeah, I'm a tank. I'm supposed I'm decent. I have those 2. I have divine. I'm gonna use my battle sense because it's literally used for dodging shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That
not
makes
a lot
sense.
of dice.
I would say that adds an
Walk
extra
over here
dice
and-
to your battle sense.
Yeah. Why don't you walk over here and face me like a person, you stupid bitch?
He is actively doing that. He's just impatient.
Yeah. Throw hands. No appendages, no weapons. Throw hands. I know I lose that fight, but still.
You know hands are
I like how you were
appendages, right?
shit-talking.
Yeah.
I like
There
how
a
while
what
you're shit
roll?
talking, it just
So
gets
I rolled
slower.
fantastic. I got 3 hits.
Okay.
One of those was divine though, so like.
Okay, so that's a slip.
I did only
Cool.
have 4 dice, so.
Yeah, I don't.
Film is not graceful.
Yeah.
He's trying his hardest. It's okay.
You. So sorry. You were you still rolling might for that?
No, grace. I was trying to dodge.
Okay, you are trying to dodge. Okay, cool. Yeah. You get as low as possible in the saddle to make yourself a smaller target and bob and weave through 1, 2, 3 of these stabbing tendrils. As you're able to observe them more closely, they are close in nature to the limbs of of an octopus, but thinner and without the suctions underneath. Just black masses with what is very clearly a man-made spearhead on the tip of each one. And it is in the moment that you are observing this about one of them that the 4th stabs into your shoulder. You are going to take, you said you got 3 successes and that was a slip. You're going to take 3 HP worth of damage here.
Ooh,
But
okay.
you are able to take a swing at this appendage that has just stabbed you. Go ahead and roll might.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Might, man. Alright, so. Might. 3. 1, 2, 3. 7. Magic sword. God of battle. Can traits give you extra dice?
I don't think they can rules as written, but I think it's good that they do. So, sure. 1 extra dice per trait that is involved in this particular situation.
I would like to use determined because I was stabbed and I'm still swinging.
Yeah, that works.
Alright, cool. That's it. The other ones, I'm not going to use one of them because one of them is my swordsmanship and I'm always using that.
Mhm.
Okay, I think I fucked this guy up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. And a divine dice. I'm glad that sounds impressive because I rolled a lot and it's not that impressive looking down. 90% of those are 4s.
Mhm. Oh, like wait. So was one of those successes a divine die?
Yes. So 6 successes in total, and one of those was a divine.
Okay. That breaks even, so I'm going to call that a boost. You. Yeah, that sounds about right. As this spearhead drives into your shoulder, you pull up your sword and immediately just flick it up to slice off the end of that particular tendril. It pulls away, bleeding red, bright human blood red, um, as it shrinks and shrivels back under his cloak. By the time all of this has happened, you two are about to collide. Go ahead and give me your first sword swing on the main body.
All right. It's just I don't even have to count. It's literally all the same things I just rolled. Oh God.
And
I don't know how that
I
happened.
do want you to add another die for that sword skill.
Oh, okay, cool.
Under this specific circumstance, you're gonna need it.
You know, fair. I'm fighting a guy I'm not supposed to go just head to toe with.
Good fucking luck, my guy.
I'm not supposed to win. I need to distract him. I did better than I did last time. Not a ton better, but better. Did I roll the magma die? 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 4, 6. Oh no, I had one more die. Let's just roll this one again. I am so glad 4s count.
Yep.
Oh, we just got that. That's why.
Yeah.
All right. I succeeded on my divine die, and in total, that's 8 successes.
Nice. So, I didn't tell you this, but this was a might v might contest.
Oh, I figured.
If you had gotten less than him, you would have taken damage.
Yeah.
You got 2 over him. What was your divine dice? Was that a success?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a boost. So, why don't you describe how your sword connects?
So after he cuts off the tendril, I assume because this man is described as being in constant pain, the pain of losing something else doesn't super affect him.
Mm-hmm.
So as he cuts it off, he just dashes in, raising the shield not to block, but as to hide where the sword's coming from. And then he does one large, just from ground up slash, aimed at the guy's midsection.
Mm-hmm.
And then he sidesteps and takes probably a glancing blow. Probably can't get a full slash off on his back because that's where those appendages were coming from. And if I can limit those, I can win.
Okay. Uh, you dodge between whatever remains and swing towards his side and to his back. In time to see something in his body shift. Your sword connects. It well and truly slashes down. But your intention was to cut off another tendril. Or mitigate his movement, something. What you meet instead is a long grazing blow scoring down his back. You cut through the cloak. You see no tendrils, no hint of a monstrous form. You see the wound you just carved, the skin just seared off with an anti-magic blade. Blood pouring out of the new wound, and yet nowhere near as much as what should have. His exposed underskin and musculature, the muscles themselves, are practically strong enough to deflect your blade on their own. And it is in this moment that you realize you are not dealing with some freak of nature. On some level, Sarkuth was once human. He was once a person. You see in that moment scar after scar of battle littering across his back. He reaches up, tears the hood off, and you see a scarlet-haired, faded eyes completely, with scratches across each of them. Man. Just scars across every part of his skin. The fact that his hair is still put together is surprising. This is someone who has seen far too many battles. And these are not the kind of scars that come from a person who doesn't know how to duck or dodge. No, they are the scars that are accrued from millennia spent fighting. Fighting what? You may never know. He doesn't exactly seem like he's in the mood to talk. He grits his teeth and comes swinging at you with his bare fucking fist. You barely have time to block with your blade before the force sends you flying several steps backward. Elena immediately trots around back to meet you as you land feet first into the ground, skidding about a mile or so, and watch your enemy charge forward once again. As he's charging forward, you see his form shift again, but then it's back. Your vision is almost like, you think for a second your vision is going, but you know for a fact that this is reality, that he is simultaneously a beast of unknown origin and proportion, and also the most battle-hardened warrior you have ever seen in your life. He just swaps between them over and over again every second. So you have no idea whether to expect the spear or the fist. What preparation do you make in response to this?
That's a good question. And the swapping's erratic.
Very erratic, completely unpredictable. It's wild as the wildest boar you've hunted.
Well, he has me outclassed in strength. He has me outclassed in durability. He has me outclassed in speed. So the only way I win here is by being smarter. When I hit him with my blade, did the anti-magic take hold at all? It was a glancing blow, so it didn't have time to do much.
You do notice that when he shifts back, in the moments he shifts back to his monstrous form, He is missing 2 of his tentacles completely. One of whom you already cut the spearhead off, but at the base, they're just gone.
This is a terrible plan. Okay. He says probably most of that out loud because internal monologues aren't his thing. And then he like shrugs the shield off and just grips the end. And then with every fiber of his being, he whips it at him. Not expecting it to do anything, but then he charges.
Okay.
This is not a man who's ever been on the defensive.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't feel pain, and he has 2 erratic forms. If I can get him confused as to what his body is going to do next within himself, then we're okay.
Hmm.
I also need to understand how my sword feels about this guy.
I guess
Which means if they hit him again.
go ahead and roll might for that shield throw.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. God of Battle. That's it. I don't get my sword stuff. Ooh. I'm glad I'm
You
doing good.
mean it,
I think I'm
mister?
supposed to do good. I got 5 hits with a what the special die.
Divine die.
Thank you.
Okay. Alright. Well, I counted the last meets it as a boost.
Fair.
So,
God, we've just been tying.
you whip your shield forward, tossing it through the air towards him before you charge. The monstrous form emerges. One of the tendrils buffs off the shield. And then you step forward. And in the moment that he is still monstrous, and you swing your sword, you see not so much fear, but caution in Sarkuth's eyes. And something clicks as you swing your sword and cut one more appendage off of him. You think about Nasa, the way her power seemed to coalesce into this singular, massive blow the night you met. Sarkuth is like her. His power, his transformation, doesn't change anything about him. It just changes which qualities are stronger. These tendrils are magic. His human form is his strength. Fight him in his monster half, and it's like any hero playing a dragon. The hero always.
Let's fucking go.
Mark that down. However, Sarkuth knows this too. And unlike any normal dragon in those heroic stories, he thinks about more than gold and victory. He thinks about advantages and strategy. You will not see his monstrous form for the rest of the fight. He shifts back. I need to pull up some notes. I missed these. Ooh. Where
Dude, this is so fucking cool. It's so anime.
the fuck are
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
God, I
I know
miss
I'm
this RP so
Mhm.
much.
I know I'm doing good in the fight, guys, but the one hit he got on me fucked me up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing great. Don't forget you
Brother
can
hits
heal.
hard. Yeah,
Don't forget you can heal.
I know. I have to hold on to that. I can't heal yet. I need to take more damage. I need to
You
make
are
sure
going to
my
need a
actual
little bit of
heal.
time to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Not me over here giggling to myself because my character got mentioned.
Yeah.
I happy.
So, he changes back to his other form and swings his fist towards you. You block with your blade, and he just kind of catches and holds onto the blade. It cuts into him, and you know he feels it. You can see the pain register in his eyes. He just doesn't give a shit. As this man stares you down and says, "You forced me back into this vile form. Very well. If I can't wear the mask I prefer, then let Cuchulainn break your spine!"
Glenn,
Oh,
Guys, it's
God.
Irish Hercules. I'm dead.
Dude, you're so
dude, you're
fucked.
so fucking dead.
Dude, I'm he took. Wait, I know how to beat him. I need 21 consecutive right hooks. By the way, that's good.
Yeah, but then the spikes are gonna come out and you'll lose your fucking arm.
Fuck. Also, how dare you buff Cuchulainn?
I don't know what
He
you're
buffed
talking
himself.
about.
Fucking
That's how he works,
Cuchulainn, are
bro.
you shitting me right now?
All right, let's stop gassing up the enemy. Um,
Listen, if I'm bringing in the Man in Moon, I'm bringing in Cuchulainn.
can I roll to
Man
know who
and Moon?
Cuchulainn is?
Who?
Minora,
Oh shit, that's right.
roll to what?
No, did Cuchulainn happen after me?
Yes,
Probably.
long
Oh,
after.
shit. Oh,
You
cool.
you
Oh,
don't
so
know
I'm
this
teleporting
man.
it.
You don't know anything about this man.
When he yells, though, probably not the expression this man thought he was gonna get, as Thome smiles like a berserker on a battlefield. He got what he wanted.
No.
I got this man to talk. And he laughs and goes, "Finally, you can speak."
Words dull the pain, and pain is the greatest strength we have. Let me teach it to you, one last time. So you can either try to block this punch, or you can try to dodge it. I feel like I know what you're gonna try to do.
Probably block it. Yeah, block it. Looking down, that grace, that grace.
Oh.
In the middle of the fight, and you hear fucking Otto in your ear speaking
die.
off like an encyclopedia about who Cuchulainn is.
If I hear him mention or pick up I know he has spears on his back, but if he picks up a real one, I'm fucked.
Not Nace over here like, Cuchulainn, I thought he was dead. This motherfucker is Cuchulainn?
Oh, brother.
Well, in a way, you
God
weren't
damn
wrong. Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
No, boss,
It's not
stop rolling.
terrible, but it's not good.
How bad is it?
Remember how I said I was gonna wait to heal?
You should probably have healed.
Well, you need to take time
I
to
need
heal.
time.
You
I don't
can't
have time.
just instantly heal. It takes
No,
time.
I'm looking at what I rolled to block, and I'm currently thinking now of a plan.
Tag me in, coach. Tag me in. Tag out, tag
I
out.
got 4 and a divine success. That's included in the
Okay.
But
What's your HP at?
6. Is that right? Hold on. I want to make sure that's right. Health and HP.
You took like I
Life
think
plus grace. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Okay. So and you said your divine die was a success.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's a slip, I'm gonna leave you at 1 HP.
Jesus Lord.
Oh,
You
Man.
raise your sword to try to block this hurtling missile of a man. You were never gonna get it up in time. Within less than a millisecond, Kukulain's fist slams into your jawline and sends you flying off in the opposite direction. You soar for several seconds, hit the ground and soar again, then hit like a skipping stone across the water. You skid to a halt. That one hit very nearly killed you. Nasa, you kind of have to tag in right now.
Yeah. She's gonna hit her communication and be like, Otto, I have to go in.
Get in there.
Okay.
I just watched this man fly miles.
Mhm.
Keep them moving as she like dives at fucking
He's panic in a robot's voice. We need to fucking hurry.
Yep.
We need to go.
You soar down as Kukulain
Yeah.
at this point just cracks his neck and steps towards Thome. In an instant, you slam down in a 3-point landing in front of him.
Yep. Sarkuth.
Nasa,
As she rises from the ground, the wind spinning around her. You will not take another step.
he smirks and steps to the side.
Always the games.
I love him.
Drugs, pain may be a virtue, but it's nothing without humor.
6, and then 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and my divine dice. Okay. Just getting that god move ready just in case.
Yep.
I remember why I started buffing my grace.
He reaches behind him, and you see the form you always knew him by. By the way, you've
Mhm.
never seen this human form, not once.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is fucking weird.
His skin shifts. Every scar turns inward.
Gross.
His entire body more or less reverses itself until there is but one still pulsating black appendage on his back. And this time when he speaks, it is not with the voice of somewhere between an Irish and a Scottish man. It is with the deep, guttural, pained screams of a man constantly in torturous agony.
It's a fucking fear and hunger boss.
I never introduced you to the source of my power. He grabs hold of this last appendage and yanks it out. Instantaneously,
Spirit.
that
It's the
transformation reverses again. He is back to the man that he was before, now holding a jagged, black, horrifying spear of thorns.
Yep, that's the spear.
He twirls it around in his hand. Meet Gaia Bolga.
Volk.
Meet Your doom.
She's going to spin her scythe in her right hand and hold up her left hand, summoning her scales.
Mm-hmm.
Sarkuth, be judged. How does my scales weigh him?
Okay, so I'm sorry. I know we discussed how this works.
Oh, I'm not using my god move quite yet. I'm judging him first.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You can just do that. I forgot. You hold your scales towards him. You call to the sun and the moon. The days and nights this man has spent. You see his mortal life.
Mm-hmm.
One of brave heroics. Intrigue, romance. Fought to the last breath to defend the people he cared about. Against wave after wave of monster and man trying to take them from him. You see him do everything he can. You see him fall. You see him fail. You watch him die. But not before taking hundreds of soldiers with him, stacking the bodies around his own, tying himself to a tree so that he can remain standing after death and continue fighting until his last breath. And it is only when one soldier steps forward to try to cut off his head that his arm slides down and opens that soldier's midsection, taking one last life before Cuchulainn falls.
Why is it so cool?
He is then untied from his tree, burned in a pyre, his ashes scattered to the wind. And time moves on. Millennia goes by. Legends are told. Legends of a man, a king in a mountain, who would come forth in Earth's time of need, save her from a disastrous event. The moon and the sun tell you this is not Cuchulainn. But he sure believes that it is. In a time of war-torn destruction, of humans at their worst, destroying, killing each other en masse, the long dead ghost of a soldier who spent every waking moment of his short life fighting. Sees no reason for this bloodshed. Nothing to defend besides people's own pride and self-interest. And so through sheer force of will, the particles that made Cuchulainn find each other in a bloody war between two opposing nations. You don't even know who they were. The people that took up some remnant of his courage and were indoctrinated to use it for something pointless. To battle with one another, slay each other. In the blood, in the scars, in the cuts, the bullets, the smoke, the ashes. There is one man that rises, spear in hand. He has seen millennia of battles because he has been millions of people. Wherever there was a war, wherever there was bloodshed, wherever there was suffering, there was Cuchulainn. He stands amidst the war front, and he strikes again. Again, he launches Gaia Bulga into the sky, and it lands into soldier after soldier, branching its spikes throughout their being, bleeding them to death slowly, torturously, over the course of minutes, while he just walks to the next body and buries it. He does this for months. Until he is found by a man with the longest shadow.
Is that a familiar shadow of someone?
There is only one shadow
Yeah.
you would quantify as the longest in existence.
Yeah.
The shadow of death. They talk. And after some time, Cuchulainn picks up his spear, nods, and drives it into his heart.
Whose heart? Wait, which one?
Cuchulainn's.
Okay.
Gaia Bulga merges with the soul of the world's most vicious combatant,
Good fucking God.
birthing Sarkuth Ran. Pain is all he has ever known. So surely pain must be the world's virtue. Right? You awaken from this vision. You see the scales weigh. For some time, they tilt towards weal, towards good and light. But then, at the point in your vision where he rises again after millennia, the weight is too much, and they tilt to woe,
I see.
where they remain. He chuckles. So the sun and the moon judge me as irredeemable.
Seems so.
Hilarious. The same bastards that imprisoned Menorah and birthed this scourge of humanity. I don't care for their justice. I don't care for your judgment. I will build my own! So he is about to toss Gaia Bulga.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured. Alright. As he's winding back, Nesa dismisses her scales. The sun and the moon have seen your past as she raises her scythe, and it begins to glow. I shall be your judge, your jury, and your executioner, Sarkuth. I'm going to use my gut move. Blowing on the dice. Okay, that's a lot of successes. Wait.
Go ahead and heal up while this is happening. Roll your 3d6.
Okay.
Oh yeah, heal up.
That's a failure. That's a success. That's a failure. Okay. And divine dice. I think I just nut.
Bruh. Live?
My
Maybe.
God, live on
Keep
YouTube,
that
not even
shit
just
Live on
live.
YouTube. Okay, so my god move. She is judge, jury, and executioner, the goddess of justice, Nasa, the one who weighs. I combine my grace and my spirit, so that is 7 and 4, plus my divine dice. I don't get to add a dice for my scythe, do I?
Your God move is separate from your scythe, so no.
Alright. For those who are watching, this is very similar to the moment where she judged Darius and Jupiter. Jupiter, right?
Yes,
That was the mech.
that
yeah.
was the mech.
The scythe glows and doubles and triples. Her blindfold burns away as her eyes glow golden. Her hair flies.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes, and then my divine dice was also a success, so 7 successes.
Okay. That's a boost. But it doesn't kill him.
No, but she gets to say the rest of her cool speech.
Go for it.
So, what did I say? I am Nasa, the one who weighs. I am your judge, your jury, and your executioner. You have been found wanting. And then...
Yeah. Your veil parts, your eyes light, and this beam of magical, like, vital power blasts across the grasslands before you and buries Sarkuth in its weight. He holds his spear up against it, struggling as it scalds, burns at his skin. And eventually, it ends. You pant. And he does the same. Wanton is a good word for it. That hurt good. I want more.
Fuck me.
I need you to roll grace to not
Yep.
fucking die.
Alrighty, I'm gonna roll grace. I gotta sort this back out. Okay, we got 2,
No, you
4,
healed, right?
6,
Yeah.
7. Okay,
It's
Yeah,
only a
7
D6.
dice. All right. And can I
There's 3d6,
can I
isn't
can I use my
it's just
flash step to dodge?
Sure.
My cloud step?
Go ahead and add
Alright.
your divine die.
Sweetness. Okay.
You're a backup
Shaking
character,
with
right?
adrenaline, dog. Ah. Okay. What number on the divine dice wins?
4 to 6, just like every other die.
Okay, the divine dice. Oh fuck me. Oh fuck me.
Uh-oh.
Makes
This
sense.
is
There's
bad.
no rock here, because
You have a backup character, right?
Yeah, I do actually. I have my goddess of love and spring. Thumbs up.
That's good.
So I have 1 success, and then my divine dice also succeeded, so technically 2.
Oh,
Okay.
Out of
but-
7, excuse me, out of 8 fucking dice, I have 2 successes.
So-
What the fuck? God.
I've got some good news, some bad news, and some more bad news. The bad news is obviously that fails, right?
Yeah.
The-
Yeah, that's not good.
The good news is that qualifies as a slip. The bad news is you guys aren't the only ones with access to Divine Dice. And Sarkuth, rather Kukulane, succeeded his, So that nullifies your slip, but it nullifies his boost. So they cancel each other out.
That's good. How many successes?
You take 7 damage.
Wait, oh no, how big is my health pool? I'm
Uh,
at
Your
1
grace and your
HP.
might. Yeah.
You're at what?
I'm at 1 HP.
Hmm.
Awesome. Either way, on the
Um,
way back, we could die together.
So
Angel?
yeah. So Kukulane rushes forward. Gaiabulga in the hand. And stabs forward. You barely manage to not get fully impaled. Which you know, from everything you have learned, would be instant death. Well, not instant. Slow, torturous death that you can't get out of.
Yeah. Yep.
Instead, you turn in time for it to graze your underbelly, and from that wound sprouts thousands of tiny pin needles that reach through to your stomach.
Oh my god.
You fall to the ground, writhing in so much pain you cannot scream. And
I imagine blood's coming out of my mouth.
yes,
Oh god.
and he looks down. Now imagine that. For over a century.
I imagine she can still see for the moment.
Yeah. Constantly. Every second. And you understand my life. Spend enough time with that pain, it becomes like an old friend. You begin to feel lonely without it. When I'm done dealing with that supposed God King, I'll be able to go home again. He looks up. Home.
Oh, no.
You've had enough time to recover a little bit.
Yep.
Based on your HP, how do you look right now?
After recovering,
Mm-hmm.
not terrible. His armor is probably fractured and torn. The only reason my sword is probably not broken is because it's magic. He's mostly just really confused on how to handle the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's fought people, he's been outclassed before. The problem is the depth in which she's outclassed.
Yeah.
But he has to go back kind of immediately.
Yep.
So
So,
he hops back on his horse, leans down as they begin going. You don't have any words of wisdom, do you? Unfortunately, I have no upper hands here.
Elena looks up, glances for a second, and then goes back to looking towards their target. If we die with honor.
With that, he is stunned. The anger that was on his face, gone. And then he nods solemnly. You know, I'm glad I met you. You remind me of myself. And then he lowers himself as he lifts the sword slightly. Let's do this. One large push.
Mm-hmm. Otto, You have just seen the last of your people through the gates of Fort Knox. You see that happen and turn just in time to watch and absorb Nasa on the ground, writhing in pain, as Thome charges to meet Cuchulainn once more. You have a split second to add something to the fight. What do you do?
Man, imagine having good fighting skills.
Give a
Like-
fucking gun.
Yeah, let's just throw
That
it.
You have a rail gun?
that uses my 3 grace.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's
I don't know.
right.
And a divine die. You made it yourself. It's a weapon.
Stop
Yeah,
time.
that's true.
I don't know.
You know
Hands
what?
jetpack.
Could
or some
rely
shit.
on the divine die. I have a plan for after the session for about that, but for now, that's after session. So, I'm gonna go ahead and I will take out the rail gun, and I'll put my own fucking cane in there to shoot it.
Nice. All right,
Uh.
cool. So in that case, you go ahead and roll that. Thome, you roll your attack as well.
All right.
Let's see. No, I can't be
Last-
specific where I'm aiming with this low of grace.
Question.
Mhm.
I am the god of honor and battle. Can I only get 1 die from aspect?
Go ahead and add both. I don't know if I'll okay that every time, so definitely ask again in specific
Yeah, sure.
circumstances, but for this one especially, go for it.
I need more dice.
Let's fucking go.
You need more dice.
All right. That's 6, 7
God,
for that.
so fucking cool.
That sword. Okay. Honestly, Otto, even if you distract him, that's God, that is so helpful. So my divine dice first. Both successes. Let's fucking go.
Oh.
Okay.
I got 4 successes, including the divine die.
God damn!
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Wild.
Auto coming in fucking clutch.
A 5, a 5, and a 6, and a 6.
Oh damn, you rolled good too. I got 6 successes. A success on both divine dice.
Okay, so at any given time, you can only have 1 divine die, but 6 successes total, you said, and the divine die was a success?
Yes.
Okay. 4 and 6. Both with a boost. Yeah. Nasa, could you do me a favor and roll just your divine die, please?
I can. 4.
That's a success.
Okay. You charge towards Sarkuthran, master of the Gaiabulga, Cuchulainn himself. Raising your mighty sword as you ride upon your unicorn. He beams. Yes! Come and meet your end like a... Neither of you was expecting a very well-built fine wooden cane to come rocketing in at several miles per hour and smack this man across the face. But that's what happens. And while Cuchulainn is dazed from the sudden impact, you have received no such damage. You come in and you swing your blade. Your sword cuts through all magic. So even as he brings his spear up to block your strike, it was always like a knife cutting through butter. The Gaia Bolga is snapped in half. And Cuchulainn is sliced from thigh to shoulder. Not in two. Blood spurts from the wound, and he does fall to the ground, coughing, gasping for breath. You thought you could kill me. And that is when Nasa, in the throes of agony, reaches out and grabs his hand. Nasa, do you mind if I say something as your character?
Go ahead.
No,
As long as in character.
you're right. The sun and the moon can't judge you. Be judged by your own weapon. And the thousands of little needles that you have embedded in your side push themselves willingly, desperately, wantingly through your arm
Oh god.
and bury into Cuchulainn's. They slink through his body and reach his heart once more as he twitches and writhes in agony. So this how it ends. Old friend. Cuchulainn's eyes stare without seeing. The pain has finally left your body, Nate, after a few minutes that felt like an eternity. And after a harrowing experience to finally get it out. The battle is won. You didn't just buy time. You have slain Sarkuth Ran.
Fuck.
Nasa pulls herself to her hands and knees, still holding his hand, covered in blood. As the darkness begins to creep back to her eyes, and she whispers, "Rest. That is what you deserve."
Okay.
Shit.
Yep.
So, Fort Knox, yeah?
The three of you, Otto, you return to assist your comrades, of course.
Oh yeah.
Thome and Otto, you assist Nasa in making her way to the fort. She's not exactly in a state to float at this moment.
She doesn't have her blindfold on yet. It
That's
would
true.
come back.
Does she make them stop to get her blindfold?
She would ask them to go back for it later. She's kind of spitting blood out of her mouth still.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Actually, why am I even making you think of, you have a unicorn. You just put her over the unicorn.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
Grab my cane.
I
and
get to ride the
blindfold
cool
done.
steed.
Mm-hmm. You made Otto. You made your cane out of very strong stuff.
Mhm.
It was always meant to be your last defense. Like this thing is made of titanium and reinforced steel.
Dude, that's sick as fuck.
It is now crushed like an aluminum can.
Dude, that's not sick as fuck. What?
From one impact with Kukulain's skull. You have a newfound appreciation for your friends.
I mean, it worked.
Before they leave, Thome does stand over Kukulain and like brings the hilt of his sword. Probably kneels like a night kneel, stab it into the ground, mumble a prayer for him. Just a prayer to send off an old warrior.
Mm-hmm.
He then gets up with a little big smile on his face. Thank you. The fight taught me something.
Mm.
Every fight he learns.
Yep.
That one I didn't learn good lessons from, but it's a lesson.
Wait, what did he learn? I'm curious.
Sometimes face tanking shit's good.
I think Nasa would ask him that actually. Is that his answer?
No, he smiles and looks at her I can't give up all my secrets.
She just kind of smiles to herself, and since she can't see again.
Yep. So you enter the fort. Nasa gets the closest thing a mortal can give a god to medical attention. And you introduce yourselves to the first big problem, which is that Fort Knox, just especially on the ground level, but just in general, isn't big enough to house thousands of people. You will need to,
Gotta crack it open.
well, even with that, no. You will need to build structures around it, build more stuff. But now that Otto is here personally, he can use this building as a reference point to structure others. They won't be made of multiple tons of reinforced and structural steel, but they'll be formidable just in terms of structure alone. Nevertheless, you do indeed have to, quote, crack it open. After some time for which I'm going to say, Nasa, you can just go back to full health. It's fine.
I was gonna say, I actually rolled enough dice. Remember, I healed earlier with my health and resolved. I only didn't use all of it yet.
Yeah.
I'm back to full resolve and HP.
Perfect. Okay.
D6.
No, you
3d6.
you get 3d6 because of your following.
Yeah, it's the D6 amount of your following, so 3.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just okay. I'll just take that then.
Yeah.
Might be in a different spot than I'm looking.
So the book, like, there's a lot of stuff that's said in the book that kind of contradicts itself. I remember reading somewhere in like the spot they have on healing, that it has something to do with your follower rank, but they don't specify that in any sense.
All I saw was following rank 1, a divine may heal 1d6 per session, and then none of the rest of them have a.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. The reason I did the the 3d6 was because Basil had said it earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
the
why I'm saying I
session,
just didn't know where it was, but I was gonna take session time for it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, hiccups.
I think that is just straight up a house rule that I made. I remember it from a different session that we brought it up. But anyway. So you lick your wounds. And after so very long, Nasa,
Mm-hmm.
you finally find your way to the basement. You've wondered what this might, for lack of a better word, look like for years. You don't feel comfortable going underground.
No, I do not.
Like you're separating yourself from the biggest part of who you are.
I would say that I am actually touching the ground, though, with my feet.
Okay.
I am actually walking this time, now that it's not on the actual ground.
You do not bring any of your congregation underground. Not yet. You still don't know exactly what's down here. How things might have changed. And unfortunately, while you're certain there is stairway access to the basement, you have no idea where that is. They kept it abundantly secret.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, you use the no longer functioning elevator shaft. It's easy enough. NASA can just float people down there. And upon reaching the below ground floor and seeing the open doorway,
Oh, no.
you are met with 10 humans holding machine guns pointed directly at you.
Oh, shit, they're alive!
Standing some paces behind them is a balding middle-aged man in blue suit and tie that says, "New coming Pantheon, you're in the presence of the President of the United States." And that is where we are going to end our session
Oh,
today.
Great. I can't wait to be like, "Hello, President of the United States." Looks at team. What is that?
Nasa, like, quietly explains really quick.
Yeah.
Explain to me what a state is.
I explain every president that we've ever had in hyper detail.
you pull up the old ass YouTube video in your files of the Animaniacs talking about every single president of the United States up until Bill and Hillary Clinton. Well, Bill Clinton, but they mention Hillary.
Yeah.
Fucking, and then you're like, oh, and as an
And then the world
afterthought.
President
I said,
rocks.
and then the world ended. The end. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
But, okay.
Holy
Woo!
shit, what a comeback episode.
Come back and immediately
Lord.
end the source of all pain. Okay. So, as always, after every session, make sure you guys level up. If you want to get those taken care of immediately, we can totally do that, but I think I would rather keep that off screen as it always has been, so we can surprise people with any special stuff you come up with.
I need to nail some shit down with you, actually, off screen.
You got it.
Same.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today, my wonderful players. I forgot to introduce you all at the beginning of the session. With me today, I have had Salty
I'm quite hello.
playing Otto Sinclair,
What the fuck?
Vern
Hello.
playing Nasa, the one who weighs, and Thome,
Hi, that's me.
crowned god, or rather Nil, playing Thome, crowned god king of the Gaian Pantheon. I want to thank everybody who decided to watch for sticking around and enjoying themselves. If you're curious about any of my friends down here, they stream, Vern streams regularly on Twitch, at least twice a week, usually 3 different role-playing games and stuff. Salty
Sup?
streams sporadically on Twitch, drawings or
No.
gaming or whatever they feel like doing. And I'm here. So I don't know if you're wondering where to find me, but you're already there. So also, Vern is the one who made my lovely starting soon and ending soon screens. So props to her for that. You can find those links down in the description below. I would link something that Nil does, but Nil doesn't exist. So
Nil is nil.
enjoy living in your delusions and hallucinations. Thank you all so much for stopping by. This has been the hands that thieve. Have a wonderful night. Peace.
Goodbye.